We have week 10. Topic is actuator. We'll discuss this now. Okay, what's the meaning of actuator? An actuator is something that converts energy into motion. It means it starts with what? Common energy source is electrical. Then after, it will convert to motion. What are example of motion? For example, you see a motor that is electrical to motion or spin or movement. Not like in here in actuator, it's convert energy into motion also. But there are too many types of actuator or source. Like we have common is hydraulic. It means that the source is coming from liquid or like oil or to move the motion. Okay. It is also used can be used to apply force. An actuator is a mechanical device that takes energy, usually energy that is created by air. I already said the source is air. Then after it will become what? Mechanical or motion. Then it may become from what? Electricity also, the source or liquid. Then this source will be converted into kind sign of motion. Some motion is linear. It means only push or forward. Okay, next. We have an actuator is a component of a machine or that is responsible for moving or controlling a mechanism or a system. For example, an opening bulb. Later, I will show some bulb. Then, in simple terms, what the bulb will do, it means it move forward or it is a mover. When it receive a control signal, then this actuator responds by converting this signal energy into mechanical motion. Okay. To move the actuator, you should have what? A signal or input from the computer, then or a signal from what? A transmitter, then the actuator will move. Or some actuator is direct. Once you switch on or push button, then it will forward. Okay. It convert this signal energy into what? The output will be the mechanical motion. Okay, next. Okay, as you can see, as you student, you are familiarized with this actuator in your industry. For example, if you work in a plant or oil company plant, some of this is already used. Okay, as you can see in color blue, this is the actuator. Then this is the solenoid bulb. Then this is the ball bulb. Okay. Actuator is used to what? To have a motion or to have a mechanical. Okay. To convert energy to mechanical. Okay. Next, we will discuss what's the use of a solenoid. Okay. Solenoid bulbs differ in a characteristic the electric current they use, the strength of the magnetic field they generate. It means if you are using that one in the picture, solenoid bulb, you are familiar with electromagnet. What is the use of electromagnet? This is same as a solenoid. The electric is converted into what? What output? Magnetism. It means it magnetizes. Then, like in motor, there is a motion or a mechanical energy, the output. Okay, the magnetic field they generate, as I said before, the mechanism they use to regulate the fluid and the type and characteristic of fluid they control. Then this mechanism varies from what? Linear action, there are too many type, plunger type actuator, then another one is to pivoted armature actuator, then rocker actuator. Then the valve can use a two-port design to regulate a flow or use three or more port design to switch flow between port. As you can see in the drawing, we all what we are measuring or what we are controlling in this picture. Since we are have a bulb, it means what we we measure what flow. Uh, there are some flow of what? Water. We control the water flow, okay? But in other actuator, we also what? We can also control the pressure of the air, okay? For this example, we control the flow of water. That's why actuator is very important also, okay? As you can see, the bulb can be how many port? This is only what? Only one and two port, or we can add another port to control, okay? The flow, okay? Next, uh, there are also designs that some are using a multiple solenoid bulb can be placed together on a manifold. For example, we are using a industry that are too large industry or too big plant that we need to control many flow. That's why we will use what? Many switch and uh, multiple solenoid. Okay, multiple solenoid bulb. We can use it. Can be placed together on a manifold. Okay, next. Another use of a solenoid bulb are the most frequently used in a control elements. As I said before, we are using what? Control bulb solenoid to control fluids. Or we can control it also the flow. They are tasks are to shut off, release, close. Okay. For example, in a flow, what we can do uh, in this drawing, in this figure, we can what? Since we open the bulb, it will release what? Water. If we close the bulb, then the water will not flow. Then if we only open little, then there's a little flow of water. That's why solenoid bulb is used to shut off, release, dose, distribute, and mix fluid. Okay, that is the use of this one, solenoid bulb. How about they are found in many application area also? There are too many application of solenoid bulb. Solenoid offer pass, yes. For example, pass or there are large flow of water or big bulb to control. Then that is the pass pass flow. Then we can also use solenoid bulb to what? Safe switching. For example, there is an accident in, for example, there is a leak of water. What we can do? We can use a safe switching. Like in, for example, there are leak in the water, then we can switch it as a safe. Then it means it will automatically close. Okay. And solenoid also high reliability. It means reliability, reliable. It means solenoid bulb is very important in industry, like in a plant, in oil plant, and other application also. Another application of solenoid is it is a long service life. For example, if you see a dam, we are storing water. They're also using this application to control this flow. That's why it is a long service. If we use in a power plant or oil plant, it is a long service because we need oil and we need to get oil from the ground. That's why solenoid is very important also. It also what? Good medium compatibility of material use. Then other use also what? What's the application of solenoid? Low control power. Yes, that's correct. And compact design. Okay, that is the application of solenoid. Next, we now go with what? This is type also of pneumatic actuator. Okay, as you can see, this is the picture of a pneumatic actuator. From the word itself, pneumatic, what is the source? Pneumatic, since pneumatic, the source can be what? Air. If we call hydraulic, it's the source will be a liquid or oil or other type of liquid. Okay. Now we discuss pneumatic actuator. Okay. A pneumatic control valve actuator, it converts what? It converts energy into mechanical motion. The motion can be rotary or means rotary rotation like a motor, linear for push or forward, then depending on the type of actuator. Now, since there are too many type of actuator, another one example of actuator is electric valve actuator controlling a one-half needle valve. Okay, that is the example. It means this electric valve are used to control this one-half needle. Okay, that is an example of electric valve actuator shown in the picture. Okay, we discuss now the application of electric actuator. Electric actuator may provide the actuation force torque in several ways. Electromechanical actuator may be used to power a motor that converts electrical energy into mechanical torque. Okay, as I said before, this electrical actuator is used or can provide force or torque in several ways. Then it also used in what? In like a motor, mechanical torque. Because some of application we need what? Since it is torque, it means we need a big to grab a one piece of equipment. Means this electrical actuator can be used to grab heavy weight or heavy material. Okay, that is advantage of electric actuator. Okay, another application, it is an electro-hydraulic actuator where the electric motor refer to a prime mover but provide torque to operate a hydraulic accumulator that is then used to transmit actuation force in much the same way that the diesel engine or hydraulic are typically used in heavy equipment. As I said before, since we need force or big, large force, it means we are using it in a heavy equipment or grab heavy equipment. That is also advantages of this electric motor. Then this electrical energy is used to actuate equipment such as multi-turn valve or electric power construction and excavation equipment. Okay, that is the application of this electric actuator. Okay, next. Okay, we discuss now a simple cylinder. A simple cylinder is shown in this one, is like that one, and then this has a radius. This is the X and the Y. That is the shown a cylinder. Cylinder is a type of also actuator or using actuator is a part of actuator. Okay, that is the drawing or the figure. That is the example of a cylinder also. A cylinder with equal extent and retract force. Okay, that this one is only an example of a simulation of hydraulic. You only connect this one with this cylinder to actuator, then it will what? It will have the extend or push this one forward. Okay. Okay, now we discuss now the actuator and motor. What is the difference between these two? Actuator is the term typically referred to a device that provides linear motion like a piston, like this one in the drawing or the figure. It starts with this one motion to forward. Okay. Now you can adjust this one motion. You can make it pass forward. It depends on the pressure of the pneumatics or the pressure of air. When you make it a large pressure of air, then this will make move forward. It depends on the type of also of the cylinder you will use. Okay, that I said before, it is like a piston. Then a rod is pushed a linear manner when voltage is applied. Okay, when the voltage is applied, then it push a linear manner or push forward. Okay, that is actuator. Not like in motor, the application of motor is what? It is a device that provides a rotational movement. For example, you use motor, then this motor has a electric, for example, electric motor, then the source will be electric, then this motor, the output will be what? Rotational. From the word rotational, rotate, movement, or spin. That's why in motor, they are too noisy because of the spin. Then the motor spin at will, usually through gears, to reduce the speed and increase the torque. Okay, that is the difference between this one. Okay, motor, rotational movement, actuator, only linear manner or push in a linear manner when the voltage is applied. Okay, that is the reference only for this discussion. We now go with this other part, the week 11 or of your LMS. Okay, we discuss now hydraulic and pneumatic accessories. Okay, pneumatic system are like hydraulic system. Only the difference is the source. As I said before, pneumatics from air, hydraulic from the words hydra or liquid or oil. That is the difference of that one. Then, but they use compressed air instead of a fluid to transmit power. Then they rely on a constant source of compressed air to control energy and actuate motion device. That is the pneumatic. Okay. Instead of in pneumatic, we use air. Then hydraulic, we use fluid to transmit power. Okay, that is the difference between this one. Then manufacturer of hydraulic and pneumatic accessories. Okay, first I will ask you which is most expensive between these two, pneumatic and hydraulic. Okay, what is the most expensive? Okay, as you can see in industry, they are using pneumatic because it's not costly. Not like in hydraulic, it is used in a bigger plant like oil plant and oil company. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, manufacture of hydraulic and pneumatic accessories, hydraulic bladder, accumulator, pneumatic teeth, and hydraulic high pressure hose. Okay, that is an example of accessories. Okay, hydraulic reservoir. That's why this one is expensive also. System is closed. What's the meaning of close? As you can see, you have a subject feedback. There is a two loop we use in feedback, that is open loop and closed loop. In closed loop, like this one example, this system is closed. It means what? It has a feedback or a measurement to check if the error, if there is an error, then the error will be adjusted as plus or minus. Okay, that's why this in hydraulic system it is used in oil company because there are some problem in oil in getting oil from the ground. For example, there is a leak in the hose or tubes. Then these are problem. Then there will be a siren or a noise that tell there is a problem in the connection or a tube. That's why it is a close. It needs a measurement or feedback to check the error or the output is already measured or get. Okay, that's why in hydraulic system it is used in, I said before, it's oil used in a store in a tank and reservoir to which is returned after use. Okay, that is hydraulic system. And the oil is what? In using a hydraulic reservoir. From the word reservoir, it's we use what? We use tank. Then the oil is stored in there. Then before using the oil, then we just only open it. Then we need also what? Since that oil is affected by temperature, that's why we need what? Hydraulic cooler to cool it or to help the temperature become stable. And what also we need also heat exchanger. Okay, that is this one. These two is very important in hydraulic system. Then which temper various media with air and cooling medium. Okay, beside of temperature, what we also want have a stable also air and cooling medium. Okay. Next, in the case of oil-air cooler, the medium flow through a cooling register. Okay, that is the application. The medium flow through a cooling register. Okay, next. How about the application of hydraulic fluids? Hydraulic fluids are excavator or backhoes and other use also what in hydraulic brakes, power steering system, transmission. We use, for example, we have garbage trucks. That is sample example of hydraulic fluids. Then aircraft flight control system, industrial machinery. That is common example of hydraulic fluids application. Okay, you already saw backhoe. As you can see, it is a heavy equipment device or a machine for grabbing and transmitting one material to another place. Or some other also used in inland to repair the land. Okay, another one application, pneumatic hoses. What is the application of pneumatic hoses? Is to convey pressure air to actuator, valves, tools, and other devices. Pneumatic hoses generally consist of what? Of inner tube, one or more layer, reinforcing braided or spiral wound fiber, and outer protective cover. This pneumatic hoses is like a hose. For example, you already see hose of water, but the different application in hose of water, the the one is flowing is water. Not like this one pneumatic hoses, it flowing what? Air. Then this it has also pressure or the amount of air or how strong the air. Then this will be controlled to use by actuator and valves and tools. Okay. Next. It's we already done with the discussion. You only take notes about this one book and journal. It's all in your LMS.